Hello guys, welcome to this video which is based on a Kruskal's algorithm for the minimum spanning tree. In this video, we first discuss about the basic of Kruskal's algorithm followed by the important steps to be considered while solving the numerical based on the Kruskal's algorithm. Later on, we will see the Kruskal's algorithm along with its example. So let's start. The Kruskal algorithm is used to form a minimum spanning tree for a connected, weighted and undirected graph. Now, the weighted graph is a graph in which some weight or some cost is assigned to the edges that are present inside a graph. Like a Prim's algorithm, it is also based on a greedy strategy in which we select the solution which we found a base at a particular moment in order to get a final solution, that is in order to get a global solution. The most important point about the Kruskal algorithm is it uses a priority queue. The priority queue is a queue in which the elements are arranged according to their priority. In Kruskal's algorithm, the edges are arranged according to the increasing order of their weights and then it is stored in a queue. That's why it is called as a priority queue. Let us now discuss some important point that needs to be considered while solving the numerical which is based on a Kruskal algorithm. Now for the Kruskal's algorithm to be applied, the graph must be the undirected, connected and a weighted one. The connected graph is a graph in which there is no isolated vertex. Isolated vertex means a vertex having in degree and out degree is equal to 0. The second important point is if our graph consists of a parallel edges, then we have to remove the edge. If there exists more than one edges between the two vertices, then we can say that edges are called as a parallel edges. For example, if we consider the scenario here between the node A and node B, there exists a two edges. One is having the 5 and second is having the 7. It indicates that the parallel edges having the cost is equals to 5 and cost is equals to 7. If such scenario is present in our graph, then we have to remove that. Now, in order to remove the parallel edges, we have to discard the edge having the maximum weight and we have to remain or we have to keep the edge having the minimum weight. In this scenario, the minimum weight is 5, so we keep the edge having the weight 5 and the maximum weight is 7, so we discard the edge having the weight 7. So after removing the parallel edges, our graph look like this. Here we remove the edge having the cost 7 and remaining we keep as it is. The third important point is if our graph consists of a loop, then we have to remove that loop. The loop means if a starting point and the ending point of the edges is the same, that is start and ends on the same vertex, then it is called as a loop. Consider the example. In that case, here the edge having the cost 8, it starts from vertex A and it also ends at a vertex A. So it is called as a loop. If this scenario occurs in our graph, then we have to remove the loop. So after removing the loop from the graph, our graph look like this. Here the edge having the value 8 which forms the loop, we remove that edge and the remaining graph will remain as it is. Let us discuss the example which is based on a Kruskal algorithm. Consider a given graph for which we have to draw a minimum spanning tree. Now, here the first steps to create a priority queue. As I told you earlier, in Kruskal algorithm, the edges are arranged according to the increasing order of their weight. So here the minimum weight in overall graph is 4. So we first add the edges with having the value 4. There are two edges having the cost 4, that is one is A to D and second one is CE. So we have added A to D having the cost 4 and second one is CE having the cost 4. The next higher weight is weight 5. So for the edge DF, so we add an edge DF in our cube. The next weight is 6. The 6 is associated with two edges. So we have added the two edges, that is A to B having the cost 6 and second one B to E having the cost 6. Similarly, for the cost 7, that is BC and EF. For the cost 8, that is BD and next one is EG. The next, that is cost 10 for the edge FG and the cost 14 for the edge DE. Now we have considered all the edges that are present in our graph and arrange it according to the increasing order of their weight. Now we have to draw a minimum spanning tree. In order to draw a minimum spanning tree, we must remember the important property for the minimum spanning tree, that in minimum spanning tree there should not be any cycle, and it must contain all the vertices that are present in our graph. So I have considered here all the vertices that are present in a graph. It is not mandatory to keep all the vertices as it is. I have kept all the vertices as it is just for the sake of simplicity. Now consider the edge having the lowest cost. Here the lowest cost is AD. Check whether that AD forms a cycle or not. If not, then we can add it to our spanning tree. And if it forms a cycle, then we have to discard it. So for the edge AD connect two vertices, that is A and D. So I have connected two vertices A and D having the cost is 4. So the next one is CE. CE, again I have mentioned here CE. The next edge is DF having the cost 5. If I consider the DF, then there is no cycle, so I can consider it. So DF I have joined and mark it as allowed one. The next edge is AB. So here the AB, if we connect A with a node B, then there is no cycle in our minimum spanning tree. So we can add AB. So here the AB having the cost is 6. The next one is BE. Here also we can add a BE because it does not form any cycle in our graph. Consider the next edge BC. Now, if we consider an edge BC, if we join a BC, then it will form a cycle. Here B to C, C to E, and E to B. It forms a cycle. That's why we cannot draw this edge BC, because according to the property of our minimum spanning tree, there should not be any cycle in the graph. If we draw a edge BC, then it will create a cycle. So if this is so, we have to simply discard the edge. So I am not going to consider the edge BC in my minimum spanning tree. So I'm not going to consider BC. Second, EF. If we draw EF, if we consider the edge EF, again it will form the cycle in our graph. That is, if we consider the node A, B, E, F, D, so it completely forms a cycle, and according to the property of MST, our MST should not consist of a cycle. So we simply discard that edge. The next one is BD. If we draw a BD, again it will create a cycle between the vertices A, B, and D. So it violates the property of MST. So we are not going to consider the BD. The next edge is EG. Here I can consider EG because if we connect the edge EG, if we connect two vertices, that is E and G, with the edge EG, it will not form any cycle. So I can consider it and I can add it to my MST. The next is FG. If we draw FG, then it will create a cycle between the vertices A, B, E, G, F, and D. So I'm not going to consider it. And the next last edge is EDE. That is, if we consider DE, again it will form the cycle in my graph. So I'm not going to consider it. Here all the edges we have considered. So now this is called as a minimum spanning tree because of the two important property. Our spanning tree does not consist of any cycle and it should contain all the vertices. So in our graph there are 7 vertices if present. So in our minimum spanning tree the 7 vertices are present. It means we have considered all the vertices that are present in our graph and there is no cycle. Now the cost associated with the minimum spanning tree is the total of all the weight associated with the edges. Here the weight is 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus this 6 plus this 4 plus 8. The total sum is 33. That is the minimum spanning tree. That is the cost of this minimum spanning tree using the Kruskal algorithm is 33. Let us now discuss the Kruskal algorithm for the minimum spanning tree. This is the Kruskal algorithm. Here the first step is to make a priority queue. In order to make a priority queue, we first sort all the edges according to their weight, that is from the smallest to largest, and then place that edges into our queue. Then the second step is to choose the weight that is the lowest, the weight in the queue, and add it to the minimum spanning tree. Now remember, when we add an edge to a spanning tree, it should not form a cycle. And if that edge forms a cycle, we are going to simply discard that edge. We are not going to consider that edge. As we saw in our previous example, if a particular edge we are going to add in a spanning tree, it will create a cycle. In that case, we are not going to consider it. we are just simply discard that edge. Now repeat the same procedure until we reaches to the all the vertices. It means until we consider all the vertices that are present in our graph. In the previous example, there are 7 vertices that are present in a graph. So we get a minimum spanning tree in which there should not be any cycle and all the 7 vertices are present in the minimum spanning tree. The overall running time of this Kruskal algorithm is given by big O of E log V, where E is the number of edges and V is the number of vertices that are present inside the graph. That's all about the Kruskal algorithm. I hope it will be helpful for you to understand the topic. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any doubt, then please mention it in our comment box. Please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more such videos.